All right, here we go. This one's going to be a 40 Smith and Wesson versus 45 auto test. Today we have a couple Federal HSTs to try out. So for the 40, that one is the 165 grain HST. Here's what that one looks like. Does have your nickel plated brass. That one's rated 1130 feet per second. Now for our 45, that one is the 230 grain plus P HST. It does have a huge hollow point cavity. Nickel plated brass, and that was rated 950 feet per second. So we'll see how close we come today. So this will be a short barrel test. So for a 40, we'll be using our Glock 27. That one does have that 3.42 inch barrel. And for a 45, we'll be using our Rock Island GICS. That one has a 3.5 inch barrel. So we'll be going through our gel. It is a 10% block. Do have our catch block behind that, so a total of 22 inches of gel. Our 4 layers of cotton t-shirt on the front, and like always, we'll set up our chronographs and hopefully pick up those impact velocities. So let's set up and see how these rounds do head to head. First one up will be that 40 Smith and Wesson. All right, we're still at 15 feet. All right, let's see what we did on that one. All right, so it looks like our impact velocity on that one was 1067, so definitely not too bad. I believe rated was 1130. So for that super short barrel, that's really good to see. All right, and there's the entry for that one. Looks like I got a really good hit. And check that out. That is a pretty big hole. You can see right down in there, and a pretty nice star pattern so far. So let's check it out from the top. Oh yeah, definitely not too bad. Some really nice distinct cuts going through there. Looks like it carried pretty far. Did settle down just a little bit towards the end, and we did make it into that second block, and actually quite a ways. Looks like just shy of halfway, so really good to see. So let's see what kind of measurement we have here from the side. So it looks like at our widest spot, right at 2 inches. So definitely really good to see, especially for that short barrel. So let's check it out from the side. And same thing. So hopefully you guys are able to see this. Well, they are doing a control burn right now, so it is kind of blocking out the sun a little bit with all that smoke. But anyway, so there it is from the side. Looks like it came in, opened up really nicely. You can see those nice spiral cuts going pretty much the whole way through this block. Maybe that last inch or so it did start to settle down a little bit, and then we did make it into that second one. So let's see our widest spot from the side. Looks like we're only about 1.5 inches from the side, so definitely a lot less from the side than the top, but still not too bad. And let's see, there is that round. Hopefully you guys are able to see that. Looks like it is facing backwards, and at our leading edge we are right at 5.25 inches. So I made it 16.25 inches of total penetration, so definitely not too bad. So let's set up for that 45 and see how that one does. All right, we're still at 15 feet. All right, let's see what we did on that one. All right, so it looks like our impact velocity on that one was 918.7. So definitely not too bad. I believe rated was 950. So that was actually pretty close, and that was a very short barrel. So always good to see there. All right, and there is that entry. Looks like I got another really good hit. And like the rest, you can see right down in that cavity, and there's a pretty big star pattern so far. So let's check it out from the top. Oh yeah, definitely not too bad. It looks like we got some really nice spiral cuts on this one also. Looks like it carried pretty much the whole way through that block, and then you can see that round resting that second one. So we got quite a bit of penetration. So let's see at our widest spot what kind of measurement we have. Like I always do, I will cut these here at the end so we can get our cross sections, get a little bit more accurate measurement. But it looks like we are right at 2¼ inches, so definitely not too bad there. So let's check it out from the side, and hopefully the camera's picking this up. Like I said, we do have that controlled burn, so it is kind of hard to see out here. There's a lot of smoke in the air, and that sun's not quite coming through these blocks. But so pretty much same thing. As soon as that thing came in, got some pretty immediate expansion, and looks like we got a really nice spiral cut star pattern going through. Looks like it carried it probably 3/4 of the way through that block. Did settle down just a little bit there towards the end, and we didn't make it excuse me, into that second block. So let's see from the side what kind of measurement we have. So at our widest spot, we are just about 2 inches. So it looks like just a little bit less from the side than the top, but still not too bad. And let's check out that slug. It looks like it is facing downward. And our leading edge, we are at 4 inches. So that one made it 15 inches of total penetration. I believe the last one was about 15 and a half, 15¾ I will put it here on the screen, but definitely not too bad at all. So let's check these tracks one more time. So the one on the right is at 40, one on the left is at 45. So here is that 40. Came in, opened up really nicely, got some really nice spiral cuts going pretty much the whole way through that block. Then we did make it into that second one, and 45, same thing, came in, opened up really nice. Once again, really nice spiral cuts, huge pattern going through. It did settle down just a little bit, and then we did make it into that second block as well. So let's pull these rounds and see what they look like. All right, check these things out. Looks like they both got some pretty awesome expansion. So I'm sure you could tell which one is which. So the one on the right is at 40, one on the left is at 45. That 45 is one huge slug for sure. So here is that 40. Looks like we got some picture perfect expansion on that one. Mushroom opened really nicely. You can see those petals pretty much open perfectly. There's quite a bit of gel still stuffed in it, but man, definitely one nasty slug for sure. It is pretty sharp too. These petals are definitely sharp. But picture perfect expansion for that 40. And that 45, same thing with that one. Open up really nicely. Man, check that thing out though. That is one huge slug for sure. But same thing, really nice mushrooming. Peel those petals back really nice. Looks like a couple of them did start to fold over that base, but definitely a really awesome round. And it's always good to see them perform out of those super short barrels. And this one does have quite a bit of gel also. We'll rinse all that before our still shots and slow-mo and all that good stuff. But definitely some pretty awesome performing rounds there. So check them out one time from the bottom. So the one on the right is at 40, one on the left is at 45. And last time from the top. So like I said, I will get our slow-mo, still shots, all that good stuff here at the end. But there we go, guys. That one was 40 Smith and Wesson versus 45 Auto. Thanks for watching, guys. All right, so here's our cross section for that 40. You can see definitely did some damage, not the most damage, but still got some really nice cutting going on in there. Same thing on this side. Did you know, create a nice star pattern going on. I did remeasure these, and they are right at 2 inches. So like I said, definitely not the most damage, but you know, still pretty good. So let's cut it open. All right, so here's after being cut. So this bottom is the right side, this top is the left. So you can see it came in right at that 1/4 inch mark, started to open up. You can see that path going through. Like I said before, you know, it's definitely not the widest path, but it still did some good damage on this gel. You can see those little splits in there. Looks like it did drag in a little bit of that cotton t-shirt. That one did have a pretty wide hollow point cavity. You know, so kind of expected there, but definitely did quite a bit. So same on this side, you can see a little bit better. It came in, started to parachute open, and once again, really nice, clean cuts going through here, and a little bit more of that fabric. But that is definitely a, you know, pretty nasty round. My favorite for, you know, the 40 is the 155 grain HST. It usually moves out quite a bit, you know, hotter, and you know, bringing almost 500 foot-pounds for that one. So, but this one still did pretty darn good. But there we go, guys. That one was at 165 grain Federal HST. All right, so there's that cross section for that 45. So this one has some perfect star cuts in there. Really nice spiral from all that rifling. Same thing on this side. Really nice distinct cuts. I did remeasure these. These are right at 2 1/4 inches, so a 1/4 inch more than that 40. And that one did, I believe, have about 15 more foot-pounds of energy for this 45. So, you know, kind of expected to get a little bit more damage, but very impressive for sure. So let's cut it open. All right, so here's after being cut. So this bottom is the right side, this top is the left. So you can see right here, as soon as that thing came in, just a little past that 1/4 inch mark, started to open up. You can really see that wide channel for sure. Came in, opened up, see that nice path, and some really nice cutting. This one did drag in quite a bit of that cotton t-shirt, and this one also had that huge hollow point cavity. So of course we're definitely expecting that, but it's, you know, nice that it actually opened up. But man, that is definitely some pretty nasty stuff for sure. So same here on the top, came in, started to parachute open, a nice stretch path going through, and same thing on this side. Quite a bit more of that fabric, and once again, some really nice, clean cuts. And that thing was very jagged and definitely one huge slug for sure. So awesome to see it perform so well, especially out of that short barrel. That was a very, you know, short 3.5 inch barrel. So definitely some awesome stuff. So there we go, guys. That one was at 230 grain plus P Federal HST.